Welcome to episode number 3 of the Faithful Fan Show. I am your host, Tony Cook. Last week I had Big Suave on with me, and today I am joined by you guys, my faithful fans. This week has been very eventful, a lot of stuff going on in NBA and NFL. With that being said, I'm going to jump right into it. Going with the NBA. The NBA has taken a bunch of steps in the right direction. It sounds like they're opening up facilities and they're allowing players to practice again at their practice facilities, which is a good thing, very good thing. Also, rumors circulating that NBA is looking to pick the season back up next month. It sounds like either Vegas or Orlando is where they're going to isolate the entire NBA, like all the teams and all the staff, to finish up the season. In my opinion, we should cut the teams that weren't going to make the playoffs. Honestly, top 8 teams in the East, top 8 teams in the West, those teams should be the ones to finish out the season. It'll help decrease the amount of people to transfer the virus. Like the more people out there in Orlando or Vegas, wherever they decide to continue the season, the more chance of spreading this virus. So to limit that, I feel like we should just make the 8 teams from the East, 8 teams from the West. Any of those bubble teams, it sucks that they won't get a chance to fight to make the playoffs. But it was pretty much set in stone already. The 8 teams from the East and the 8 teams from the West were already gonna, they were set. So we should pick up the NBA season right from there, finish it out. Another issue with, I like what they're doing and they're being super proactive. The NBA is ahead of the curve on getting the game back to us, getting the game back to the fans. I like it, but we still got to be safe. We still got to make sure the players aren't at risk. These coaches aren't at risk. So there's a lot of questions that need to be asked and answered before everything gets going again. But I can see the momentum moving in the right direction. I'm happy. I'm excited. I want to see the Lakers bring home a trophy. So the sooner the better. Now, I prefer Orlando over Vegas if we're going to quarantine, have all these players playing isolated seasons. Orlando seems a little safer. It seems like it's a little easier it'll be easier to keep these grown NBA players quarantined and in their rooms and isolated as opposed to going to the Strip in Vegas. What you're going to do after your game, you're probably going to go hit the tables. Not a good look. Not a good look for the quarantine situation. But yeah, NBA looks like it's going in the right direction. Looks like they're taking the proper steps to return. I'm hoping by the end of next month we can start watching basketball again. Go Lakers. But with that being said, we're gonna move on to the next topic. NFL has been going crazy this week. What's up with all these gun charges? I don't understand. Quentin Dunbar. So first one I heard about was Quentin Dunbar and Deontay Baker. Deontay Baker is a cornerback from the Giants. He was a rookie last year, just got drafted. And this fool has like 6 counts of gun charges on him. You're an NFL player about to make millions of dollars. Why are you running around robbing people? Him and Quentin Dunbar, I think he plays for he was supposed to play for the Seahawks this year. And Deontay Baker did not have a good rookie year. He should be in the gym working on his craft. He's out here robbing people. I don't get it. Those are just 2 of the things that happened this week. Another charge, I think it was an assault charge and another gun charge on Lattimore, Cody Lattimore. This is a receiver from the Giants. Yeah, the Giants aren't having a good offseason. What's up with all these players carrying guns and committing felonies? Like, I don't get it. You guys are making money. You guys should be getting better at football, getting better at covering these receivers. I don't know. That's just a little bit of the news. These people are getting in their own way, shooting themselves in the foot. A couple of other names out there, notable names that have not been picked up in free agency, though. Not because of gun charges, not because of illegal activity, but because of health or maybe something else. Devontae Freeman used to play for the Falcons. He's looking for a new job. The Falcons picked up Todd Gurley, and Devontae Freeman is now jobless. It's been said that the Eagles are interested. Last I seen Devontae Freeman, he looked like a shell of himself. Since the Super Bowl, he's kind of fell off in production and his ability to to make defenders miss. It kind of went away a little bit. He's kind of on the decline. I don't know. I'm not sure, but that may be the main reason he's out of a job right now. But yeah, they said the Eagles are looking at him. He's just asking for too much money, is what I'm hearing. Another player that's still out on the market, kind of crazy, because this was the number 1 draft pick a few years ago, Jadeveon Clowney, still has no job. It's been said the Seahawks want him back, but for a lower price. He's going to have to lower his price. He thinks of himself as a edge rusher, sack master, but truth be told, the past 4 years, he's been everything but. He's been injury prone. His strongest points are probably defending the run, not rushing the passer. So he's going to have to bring his asking price down. He's going to have to come down, it's a shot to the ego. It's a shot to the ego. Number 1 pick overall. He's expecting big money. He wants to break the bank. It's not looking like any team is willing to give him that bread. So you're going to have to go back to the drawing board, rethink things, Jadeveon Clowney. Next dude. This one's a shocker. MVP caliber player, quarterback, Cam Newton, still jobless. Now, I get it. He's had injuries, and he hit the wear and tear on his body the past 5 years has not been anything to smile about. A lot of these GMs and owners don't want to touch him because if you bring Cam Newton on, he is your starting quarterback. You're going to have to change your entire offense to fit around what he does best and his strengths. So a lot of teams are looking at it and weighing it like, I'd rather just start fresh and develop my guy. I don't got to change my system, just instead of bringing Cam Newton in, you're going to get a bunch of press. You're going to get a bunch of pressure to start this guy because he's still better than a lot of the quarterbacks out here in this league. It's just the baggage that comes with Cam Newton. I'm hearing he's checking out physically. He's posting videos of him throwing the football, which means his shoulder is all right. It looks like it's okay. I think Cam Newton deserves a job. I'd love to see him with the Patriots. But, yeah, I don't know if Belichick wants to bring him on. He might get smart and bring him on last second. We'll wait for, if we have a training camp in preseason, we'll wait and see. Because usually right around that time, teams make their last-minute pickups, and I hope Cam can land a job. I don't think he deserves to not have a starting job when the season starts. A1 player, one of my all-time favorite quarterbacks. He's an MVP. Moving on to Cowboys news. My favorite part of the day. So I know y'all all heard Aldon Smith has been reinstated. Roger Goodell reinstated Aldon Smith. That means we got a new right end in town. We were cool. Tyron Crawford's a good, reliable run defender, but we needed something off the edge to replace what we lost with Robert Quinn last year. And we got that, hopefully, with Aldon Smith. Now, he hasn't played for a really long time, but if he can give us 75% of what he used to be, we're good. That's Robert Quinn right there. Aldon Smith was a monster. For one of his seasons, he had a total of over 20 sacks. You can't teach that type of talent, and I'm excited that we brought him in on a prove-it deal. We're not losing much to try Aldon Smith out. I'm excited to see what happens. Go Cowboys. I'm going to get off the Cowboy talk. We got to take a break. I got to pay some bills, but I'm going to come back to y'all, and we're going to get into my Q&As. Got a lot of interesting stuff. People trying to shoot on my top 10 all time. We're going to get right to it when we come back to the Faithful Fan Show. Thank you.
I like them nasty, nasty. I like them nasty, nasty. I like them nasty, nasty.
You like them nasty. Freaky as fuck, but she classy. Suck on that dick with her ass. Swallow them kids in the back. Yeah, he put his thumb in. Hit from the back.
Welcome back to the Faithful Fan Show. We have reached the Q&A segment. Now, this is where, every show, or I'm going to try to every show, answer all of our faithful fans' questions. So today we're going to start with, well, it's not necessarily a question. It's a rude comment. From my brother, Taylor Tribble. So, okay, let's do a backdrop. Last episode, me and Suave gave our top 10 all-time NBA list. I had some negative feedback on those, particularly mine. So Taylor Tribble said, do not agree with Tony's top 10 at all. That was rough. Rough? Okay, so me seeing that, I saw that, and I instantly had to call my boy and see what's the problem. Like, where did I go wrong with my list? Taylor's in his feelings because he feels that Bill Russell is way, way too low on the list. I'm like, okay, Bill Russell had a lot of championships. Taylor, you can't put Bill Russell number 2 all time. So Taylor, his whole argument was debunked because he said Michael Jordan 1, Bill Russell 2. I was like, nah, I don't want to hear no more. And then he went on to tell me about how I'm such a homer and I don't put none of the Celtics, high on the list. I'm like, true. We don't root for the Celtics, boy. Anyways, but that was the conversation me and Taylor had. He did not agree with my top 10. He didn't really agree with Suave's either. But we talked it out. I agree with him. Got to show Bill Russell some love. Got to show him some love. Like, that is what it is. But we're going to move on to the next question. This question came... This isn't a question either. Sorry. This is my brother's 2 cents. Thomas Cook felt that he needed to put up his top 10. And his went... Michael Jordan at 1, Kareem, Magic, LeBron, Shaq, Kobe, Duncan, Bill Russell, Bird, Olajuwon. Pretty solid. My issue though, Thomas, like, why? Where's Kobe at 6? The disrespect. At 6? Kobe's number 2. You put LeBron over Kobe. Oh, my God. Thomas. So, like, let me read this again. Michael Jordan at 1. Kareem at 2. Magic at 3. LeBron at 4. Shaq at 5. Kobe's not 6, dog. All right. Thomas about to get me mad. I'm just going to have my little brother come on the show. We don't have to talk about this. Next question. Okay, this is also just a comment from my buddy Adrian Dixon. Shout out Adrian. Thank you for watching, bro. When it is all said and done, I can see KD, Kawhi Leonard, and Curry, all being on that top 10 list. I totally agree, Adrian. Like, I didn't put any of them in the top 10 because they still have their canvas isn't completely painted yet. They still got work to do. They still got accolades to collect. But Kevin Durant is a top 10 player lock already to me. Kawhi got some work to do. Curry's right there too, being one of the best point guards of all time and the best shooter of all time. Yes, better than Reggie Miller. But, I agree, Adrian. I agree with that. No rebuttal to that. And thank all 3 of you guys for dropping your 2 cents for me. Every week, I'm going to try to do a Q&A, and I really appreciate everyone who drops their 2 cents in the comments or ask a question. I'm more than willing to answer and give y'all my calculated opinion every time. It's been real fun with y'all. I've had an amazing time. This week has flown, and these shows are getting more and more fun, more easy to do. I promise I'm going to have more guests on. And thank all my subscribers for subscribing. Please, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all y'all for staying tuned in with me and watching me in this journey. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. Next episode, we gonna do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. Next episode, we gonna do it again.
Rookie in the paint, going hard with the venom. Shot so much, man, I think I need a leg. Rookie in the paint, going hard with the venom. Shot so much, man, I think I need a leg. Animal, MC Cannibal, rap Hannibal. Here to change the game, mainframe, all y'all programmable. Coaching on tracks, balling like a paper like Phil. I'm Morpheus and real, my rhymes convict and heal. A world blind, my lies a red pill, real. Ball like I've been here, rookie in his prime. Focus like Jordan the second time. Kobe in playoff times, you know believe when I drop. Call for it, Kalinko in the Blizo spit. Auto like free throws by Ito. Circle loose stroke magic, rhymes over all y'all like Dirk for 2.